Hello everyone, this is May Park for Heroes. Today I'll be showing you how to create a sympathy card using ombre inking and gold embossing. I'll be using this trio of tropical leaves that features tropical foliage. I don't remember when was the last time I used wood block stamps to make a card, so I'm so excited to use this set for today's project. Then I'll use prayers, stamp and cut for my sentiment. These are my failed attempts. I tried stamped background, gold heat embossing, and even watercolor stripes. I wasn't happy with any of them. However, I really loved the effect of gold embossed leaves. Then I got the idea from the ink colors that I've chosen for the Heroes 4-cube color pack named Maze Shades of Pink. Last month, Heroes introduced color layering catalog. I made 2 projects for the catalog and I also have 2 ink cube packs with my name. This ink cube set is Maze Shades of Teal and I layered the center butterfly in shades of teal to give a focal point on my card. This set is Maze Shades of Pink. As a pink lover, this color scheme is my go-to for almost any occasion. Anyway, inspired by Maze Shades of Pink, I decided to combine ombre inked background with gold embossed leaves to create my card for today. I'm gonna trim my white cardstock into slightly larger than A2 size using Timo's paper trimmer. Then I'll be blending 3 shades of pink on the paper using mini blending tools. I started by blending light ink color, which is soft pink. To create a gradient ombre background, I'll overlap the ink colors between blending. The process of ink blending is similar to copying marker blending at some point. You need to add medium color in between, or even go back to adding light color after applying the medium color. Both techniques are same in terms of time consuming. It takes time to get better result with blending. After my ombre inked background is done, I'll be prepping my inked panel with a heat tool and anti-static powder before moving on to the next step. It's important to make the paper completely dry because I'm going to use a heat embossing technique to add my images on the background. I'm applying some embossing powder on the paper to test if the paper is dry. If it's not dry yet, the powder will stick to the paper as you can see here. I'm gonna use a paintbrush to flick away any embossing powder and use the heat tool again until the paper is dry. If you want, you can heat emboss the images first and then create inked background later. That way you don't need to worry about your paper to dry, and even you can get better result with your heat embossed images. There is no big difference between final results, even though you change the order of 2 steps. I'll show you 2 cards at the end of this video for your reference. Here I have 2 birthmark watermark ink pads. I'll be using the well-loved ink pad as I don't want to ruin my clean ink pad. Because I know it will transfer some remaining ink to my watermark ink pad even though I cleaned my stamp after stamping with colored inks. I usually use the clean watermark ink pad when I stamp my sentiment. I just want to keep at least 1 clean ink pad in case. So I'm randomly stamping my leaves with watermark ink on the entire paper. I'm using a tweezer not to touch my project. Otherwise, you will transfer some dirt and oil from your hand to the paper and you'll get messy embossed images at the end. I'm gonna apply some gold embossing powder and tap off the excess. I'm using a small paintbrush to remove any stray powder from sticking to unwanted areas. Then I'll heat set my images with a heat tool until they are completely melted. Before I touch my project, I'm making sure to allow the paper a few seconds to cool down to avoid smearing the embossing. My paper got warped from the heat, so I'm gonna run the paper through my cardboard die cutting machine to flatten using a rectangle stitched frame die. If you are not in a hurry to complete your card, you can place the paper under some heavy books overnight to make it flat. I'll be mounting my embossed panel on a A2 size top folding card using double-sided tape. It's now time to add sentiment on my card. I'm gonna use the word die from Prayer Stamp and Cut and die cut it out of gold mirror cardstock using my cardboard die cutting machine. I'll be stamping the sentiment with a Balsamic watermark ink on a piece of dark gray cardstock. Then I'm gonna heat emboss the sentiment with white embossing powder. I'm mounting the die cut word and sentiment strip on my card front using foam tape. To finish off my card, I'll be adding some clear darkness from Pretty Pink Plush on the card front. So here I have two cards. To create the card you are seeing on my left side, I ink the colors first and then heat emboss the images as I have shown in this video. For the second card, I first heat embossed the images and ink the colors later, which was much quicker and easier to make. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed my video and got some inspiration to make your own card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another card making video. Bye bye!